Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do some crock pot cooking so I can get out in the nice spring weather and work in the garden. I soaked my beans overnight. Pinto beans. I'm going to keep the pinto beans vegan, but I'm not going totally vegan because I got a big, at least 8-pound or 8.5-pound chicken to cook in this huge crock pot. I've got vegetable scraps I've been saving for my vegan pinto beans. I eat a lot of burritos. I'm flexitarian. My husband's a meat eater, so we're sure to be happy today. Now, I'm hoping to get my burritos at lunchtime, so I'm going to cook the beans first, but we're going to start with the broth. So I got my vegetables, scraps in the pan. I'm just adding water. Cook for about 30 minutes to an hour to extract all those delicious flavors from the vegetables into the water and make that vegetable broth. So I'm giving my pinto beans another rinse. We're going to pick through and take out any little stones or bad looking beans. I only found one bad bean, this one right here, after sorting through very carefully. And then there were some extra skins that came loose during the soaking process. But these are perfectly edible. I mean, this would be fiber. But these were rather large, and I decided to take them out of there. So now I'm going to add my beans to the crock pot. And put about an inch of water, because I'm going to be adding that broth to these beans also when it's done cooking. So I'll cover it with just an inch of water. But you can go up to 2 inches. I'm going to use about half an onion. I'm not going to go overboard with the onion because I can always add scallions or some more garlic powder to flavor the beans afterward. So I'm just going to use half an onion. We're getting low on onions anyway. I'm getting ready to do an Aldi haul, so we'll be buying more onions. The outer skin. I'm just going to take that and throw that in the pot and add some more flavor to the pot that's cooking over there. Now I'm adding my spices to the beans. Cumin, some chili powder, and the salt will actually help the beans cook faster. So I'll put a little bit of garlic salt, sprinkle some of that oregano in there. Got some flavors going on there. I'm going to turn on the beans. I'm going to give them a stir and turn them on low. We're going to cook these on low for several hours. I'll work with this chicken, clean it. I'm cutting off some of the excess fat. So I'm going to add a little over half a cup of chicken broth to the bottom of this crock pot. This is a very large chicken, so I thought I'd do a little extra. But the chicken will produce its own broth also. Now it's time to season the chicken, inside and out. So I'm just going to do salt and pepper on the outside. I'm going to go inside that skin. Let me wash my hands for a moment. I'm going to hold like this. Seasoning there with salt and inside. Now the pepper inside and out. To the cavity. Now I've got my spice rub I'm going to be working with. Just put some on the inside. And on the outside. Add that to the broth, a little extra there, extra seasoning. Wash my hands. I've got the rest of the onion to put into the cavity. But first, I did this the last time I made the Crockpot chicken, and it added a lot of flavor. I don't have lemon, whole lemon, fresh lemon, but I have lemon juice. Put some in that cavity, along with the onion sections. This will really flavor the chicken. Just rubbing that seasoning around a little bit better here. Give my hands another wash. Put the chicken in the pot. Put a lid on it. Turn it on low. Cook for about 7 hours or until internal temperature reaches 165 Fahrenheit. Here we go. Vegetables scraps have cooked long enough in the water, so I'm going to drain to get the broth. I wanted a strong broth from the vegetables, so I didn't use very much water. I just barely covered them. I'm going to do something with these vegetables. I'm not going to throw them away. I'll make a dip. Okay, just add the broth to the crock pot for the beans. Just stir. All right, put the lid on, back on it, and let them cook. Let's make some vegetable dip. Garlic, minced garlic. About a teaspoon and a half, maybe. A little salt. Pepper. Sour cream. Just a tiny little bit of milk and lemon juice. Blend it up. Add some more sour cream to this and a little bit more salt and pepper. And my husband tried it and he liked it. This is just a suggestion, but you could take some of this and put it with a can of tuna and make tuna salad. Or use shredded chicken like I'm cooking today. And all those vegetables in there, they have to be good for you. Lots of fiber too. The beans are done. They didn't take nearly as long as they usually do because I soaked them overnight. That definitely speeded up the process. And putting a little garlic salt speeded up the process. Or you can just put regular salt. Talk about seasoning. They do need some more seasoning. And I'm going to use my husband's favorite seasoned salt, which is Lowry's. Okay, I'm going to give you a close-up, then I'm going to do a taste test. See, they're nice and tender. Oh yeah, pinto beans. Okay, let's give the beans a try. All right. I'll be making some burritos for sure. Just making my burrito lunch, and I'm just going to leave them as beans. But you can smash these into refried beans also. Or fry them up. Or just smash them. Put a little cheese. Sriracha. Oh boy, overdid that one. And here we go. Here's our burritos. They look like tacos if you do them this way. They look like burritos if you do them this way. Actually, that looks more like an enchilada. Corn tortillas are too fragile to fold all 4 sides. I'm waiting on that chicken. I got about an hour and a half to go. I'm so excited. Anyway, we actually got more rain than what I expected. It is very wet and muddy out. But this was great for the garden and easy to pull weeds now. So that's the work I've been doing, pulling lots of weeds. Okay. But we are anticipating on a very good strawberry harvest this year. Very excited about it. It is wonderful to grow your own berries. I'll show you some other berries that we're growing that would come up every year. The strawberries are a perennial, short-term perennial, but they do, I'm trying to think what the word is, propagate? Something like that. Or they seed, they might even seed off. And so they produce more strawberries. So we should have strawberries every year. Now, this year I don't have to buy any strawberries. That's pretty obvious. Any strawberry plants. Now next year, if some of these die off, I may replace them. But if I keep them healthy and keep them fed with Miracle Grow, whatever else might be good for them in the soil, then I think we should have harvest every year for quite a while. Maybe even after next year before I have to buy any strawberry plants. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and pull up a few weeds here. That one I'm not going to get by the garden, have to dig it up. Okay, some of these I have to dig up. That one I wasn't going to get by the root, obviously. Okay. All right. Okay. I wanted to show you the other berries, berry vines. Okay. We do have some more strawberries down here, but they don't do as well because they're shaded by this ornamental grass from next door. And they just don't do quite as well here. But we do get some strawberries here. And these are raspberry bushes. Raspberry bushes all through here. And then we have 2 or 3 blackberry bushes also. I'd like another blackberry bush, but they're not real cheap at Oakland Nursery. So I may check Lowe's or some other place, or Menards for a better price. I'm looking for a blackberry bush. If anyone knows a good deal I can get here in the Columbus, Ohio area, please let me know. Okay, I'm just looking through the garden a little bit here. I planted to see what came up. We have some beets that I need to thin out. And the same with the turnips. That's what I need to do. I need to thin these out. Oh, there's so many that need thinned out. But these transplant pretty well. Okay. I'm trying to see where there's there's a little weakling. One right here. Separate these two. I'll just take that one. It's not looking that good. Yeah, just thin them out pretty much because there's plenty here. I don't necessarily have to transplant them, but if there's like 2 really healthy looking ones together, then I would try to transplant one of them. And then we have kale growing here that needs separated, thinned out, and we have spinach. And I will definitely try to replant the spinach when I thin it out. I just want to show you the flowers my daughters got me for Easter, so I didn't have to pay anything for these flowers. I will be planting them into the garden. Here's Boo Boo. Okay, I'll tell you about Smoochie in a little while, or in another video. I'm not ready to talk about it, but there's Boo Boo. There's our little doggy. Little precious Boo Boo got her hair cut. She went to the groomers. Okay, my husband and I are gonna check the internal temperature of the chicken to see if it is done. Should say 165 Fahrenheit at least. Does it? Hope it's not too much more than that. Looks like it's nice and tender.
188.
Oh, okay, it's done. Turn that down to warm. It's still nice and moist, so it's not overcooked or anything. There's plenty of liquid in there. My husband's anxious to try this, but I have to get the rest of his dinner prepared. And mine too. Now I've got some Brussels sprouts in the microwave, a half a package. And then we'll just put our own butter and garlic powder over the Brussels sprouts. But you can always melt the butter with the garlic, with minced garlic or chopped garlic also, of course, and put the garlic butter over the Brussels sprouts. But we're just going to keep it easy. I want to get back outside and pull some weeds. I have cornbread dressing. This came from Aldi. This is a pretty good stuffing mix. I've got some water and some margarine in a pan. And I'm going to make sage stuffing. It's going to be really easy. I'm not going to add onions. I've got part of a scallion I can cut up and put on top. I've got my butter and my water in here, according to the instructions on the box. It's a little sage. There we go. As soon as it starts to boil, I'll add the stuffing mix. Okay, I just noticed this came off very easily. This will be my husband's leg. That's his favorite piece. He likes legs and breasts, and I like thighs mainly, but I'll eat any part of the chicken, to be honest, but I don't eat much chicken. I don't eat much meat, period. I am going to take a little tiny piece. Oh, let me see here. That's all. That's all I need right there. Okay, let's add the stuffing mix. I'm going to turn it off now. There we go. Pretty sure these came from Aldi's. Yeah. Okay, let me finish plating here, and I was going to put some in a platter also. Let's get busy. Here is the family style dish presentation. We have a little bit of Brussels sprouts left. We'll also have side salads, but I already made our plates. I'll show you our plates. Here's my husband's plate. He gets 2 legs because he loves legs. And I've got my plate here. Okay. Thanks for watching today. I hope I inspired you to do good old-fashioned, time-saving crock-pot cooking. Not only is it a super time saver, but it's also economical, from scratch, and very healthy. May many blessings come your way. I'll see you on the next one.